Great. Yeah. So what to expect for this week crypto market outlook? And of course, there are a lot of surprise. Okay. So we did not expect that the market went down on Monday itself. There's huge liquidation, one of the biggest liquidation that is even more impactful compared to the last dump, which is from FTX and of course COVID as well, one of the largest. Okay. And for those of you who are still holding, right? Holding for your dear life or probably paper-handed. Okay, so probably this is a lesson to be learned here. Okay, for those of you who panic sell or panic sold, or who run trade their bags from the top until to this day. Okay, do not even take out your capital. Okay, so this is a time that you really want to pay attention, especially coming in for this year alone. Okay, so knowingly that the market continues to behave differently compared to the last two cycles. Okay, and of course the altcoin season also most likely to be delayed. Okay, there could be a prolonged delay for altcoins because of this new implementation coming in from the US Senate, US House. Okay, so yesterday what happened is that we have this announcement, okay, a digital asset press conference together with the sovereign wealth fund. Okay, implementation of what here? Okay, so this is by crypto 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. Okay, I think it's one of the head department for digital assets. Okay, so where are they heading and what are the committee members in this White House or Senate leaders are doing? Okay, for the digital assets, including crypto as well, for this year and moving on for the next 5 to 10 years. So they are actually focusing more on stablecoin. Priority is the stablecoin approval. Okay, so if we look here, okay, they want to improvise stablecoin first. Okay, which means that knowingly that they want to preserve the US dollar as a reserve currency. So with that, they're actually implementing the stablecoin. Okay, so stablecoin issue. Okay, so if we look here, right, controversy will likely come from the provision, the calls for issuers for more than 10B in stablecoins to be overseen by federal regulator. Okay, and then here we can see states will be allowed to regulate stablecoins under 10B. Okay, all right. So with this new government that's happening here, okay, so David says, right, mentioning what here, how important stablecoins are to the admin. Okay, which is why you can see here, they want to preserve the American dollar dominance internationally. The keyword here is what? US dollar dominance. Okay, because you can see the likes of BRICS coming up. They want to have their own currency as well. They want to dethrone the US dollar as a reserve currency. So they have to act quickly, ASAP, as soon as possible, to continue with this new implementation, right? With the ensuring that the US dollar dominance, it is worldwide, okay? That people still recognize US as a reserve currency. That is the main priority here for the US side, okay? So, and then another thing here to take note is that clear regulation. So once you have clear regulation in the market, that's where market likes clarity. Markets can be able to move in one direction, okay? Because without clarity, okay, that's where the market will tend to be very bearish, okay, on towards the bearish downside. But nonetheless, we can see here there is a lot of clarity coming in from the Trump's administration, knowingly that they know where they're heading, and knowingly there is very clear blue skies ahead for those investors, okay, and especially for crypto as well, okay, knowingly that they can able to invest more, okay, compared to the last cycle, right, when we had Gary Gensler as an SEC. So what happened is that a lot of people lose money. And then, of course, talking about FTX as well. Okay, bankrupt FTX exchange. Okay, what happened is that they are based in Bahamas instead of the US. So they try to keep it onshore instead of offshore. Okay, so you can see saying the biggest effect of this was to drive crypto innovation offshore. Okay, so financial assets are destined to become digital. So the main whole reason here is that they want to keep it in America rather than having it offshore. This is to actually safeguard their own people as well. Okay, so with this clear regulation, okay, I believe more and more investors will definitely pour in money and people will have the confidence to continue to invest more in crypto. What's more, the SEC is having a very tight regulation. And yeah, I think definitely for this year will be very, very bullish. Okay, since Gary Gensler is gone and we have a new SEC is heading, okay, for this crypto roadmap as well. Okay, then moving on next, right? Speaking of FTX, okay, all right. So yeah, we're going to talk later about FTX. So, but nonetheless, we can see what is really happening for this week as well. Now, if you are well experienced in this crypto market cycle, if you have been in this cycle since last cycle or last two cycle, so whenever there is a capitulation or a dump, like on Monday itself, okay, so I think you will definitely buy the dip, or you will definitely, take advantage of the situation instead of sitting on the sidelines or probably afraid. So this is what OGs do, right? They buy. Okay, they buy when there's fear in the market. And most important thing to take note is that dry powder, right, which is ammo to actually buy. Because some people have fully utilized their ammo, okay, and they usually buy it at the top. So buy it when there's greed in the market. So when there's fear in the market, that's where your advantage is. So nonetheless, we can see here there are a lot of crypto whales that are actually buying. What kind of coin they're actually buying? That is the most important thing, right? So we can able to see and can able to run through, okay, one by one, later on the technical side. So this is what the whales are actually buying in the moment. So one of them is WorldCoin. So as you know that WorldCoin, I think we have been mentioning since last year, I think on September, okay, to get your free WorldCoin, okay, because the price is actually at the base at the moment, at the bottom, okay, the all-time high is at $12, and you're getting WorldCoin is somewhere around 1.7, slightly below $2. Okay, so it's a no-brainer here for getting this free WorldCoin, and you can still, you can actually buy, you can actually hold, or you can actually get it free from those WorldCoin center, right? From those MyEG center, like I've been mentioning. Okay, so nonetheless, we can see here. Okay, so WorldCoin, they are focusing also on AI. Okay, so this is what they have been doing. And then, of course, secondly is virtual protocol. So virtual protocol is focusing on AI engine. So as you know that these are all new narrative, shiny object. Okay, this protocol has been around since like 3 months, last year, I think, last Q4. So they have been rallied. Okay, they went up to about $5. Okay, about 5 plus, and then you have seen a blow off top. Now the big question is, can it able to recover back from the all-time high? Okay, after a huge dump about, I think, more than 70%. Okay, the biggest challenge is, can this protocol can able to recover back from the all-time high or even 50% back? Because that's the biggest challenge there for those people who are actually buying these kind of tokens. Okay, and then we have Ondo, right? So Ondo, as you know, it is from real world asset. Okay, so RWA is definitely one of the biggest narrative as well for crypto. Okay, so you want to pay attention. Okay, you want to pay attention for all this type of movement, and what other whales are actually accumulating. So as you know that World Liberty Finance under the Trump's administration, okay, they have also been heavily accumulating Ondo as well. So Ondo is also one of their pick into their portfolio as well. Okay, so you might want to maybe consider, even though this is not financial advice. So probably there are other options as well besides Ondo. So these are the three. So you have WorldCoin, okay, WorldCoin, virtual, and then we have Ondo. Okay, so 2 AI and 1 RWA narrative. All right. So if you have, or if you do not have any exposure to AI agent or RWA, especially for this cycle, then I believe you have been missing out a lot. Because I believe most likely for this cycle, not all altcoins will rally. Okay, not all. Okay, especially those from the last cycle will have a huge difficulty to rally, because we have so many alts actually coming up. So only probably those newer narrative, okay, probably those narrative that have high conviction play will definitely have a go for this year. Okay, so that's my take here for this year. So market structure totally change. So you have to be very careful. You have to actually restructure your portfolio as well along the way. Okay, so that's what I have to do as well for Q1 this year. All right, so this is the first one. And then moving on next to FTX. Now, for those of you who have been invested in FTX, maybe you might want to take note. Think they're going to pay off. Okay, if you have money inside there, okay, in FTX, so maybe you might want to take note, right? Because they're going to start paying, okay, on 18th of February. Okay, I think this could be very, very bullish. Most likely those investors will definitely reinvest back this amount. Okay, so with claims under 50K getting full repayment plus 9% interest. But again, this kind of repayment, what sort of repayment? Are they going to give back in terms of Bitcoin or in USDT or stablecoin? Because if you were to invest, if you were to put in probably Bitcoin or Ethereum, and if they give you back in stablecoin based on the last price that you put in, then definitely not worth it. But if you can able to acknowledge from your last deposit, let's say you put Bitcoin last 4 years, or 2022, right? And now it's already 100K, right? 100,000. But if you do not acknowledge that price, then it's a bit too much. So you can see here, FTX creditor and activists, okay, Sunil posted on Twitter here. Beginning of 18th of February, right? Repayments will be happening. Okay, creditors who file claims under 50,000, and then these claimants will receive 100% of their refund, which is very good, right? Okay, and then here we can see they need to do KYC as well. Know your customer. You have to submit your ID. Those people who have high net worth, I think more than 1 million. This is about 1.2 B. Okay, so those high net worth individual will definitely need to KYC. All right. Okay, so this is the latest announcement, which is very, very bullish as well. I think this could actually kickstart for the alts to actually rally even more. I'm pretty sure those people who gotten back their refund from FTX will definitely reinvest back for sure. Okay, so these are people, they want to get back in action again. So this is the thing here that you need to take note. And then moving on, right? More news on the exchange. Okay, so like I said, not your keys, not your coin. So whatever that you put into the exchange, make sure to self-custody. Okay, put it into your ledger or into your Trezor or whatever MetaMask that you have. So again, like I said, for exchange like this, right, scamming a lot of members. So totaling about 65 million a month from Coinbase. Why? Is because of social engineering. Okay, so probably they click those unauthorized links or those phishing links from Twitter or probably from SMS. Okay, so for those of you who are new in this space, maybe you might want to take note. Okay, because there are a lot of scams, right? Social engineering scams. Okay, especially on Coinbase platform itself. Okay, so dangerous. So you gotta take note. Okay, so you can see also insider scam as well in Coinbase. Okay, Coinbase scam victim who lost about 850K. Okay, so what happens is that scammer contact them using a spoof phone. So this is very, very dangerous. And then if you talk about SIM swap as well, sometimes people can hijack your number and then they swap it. Okay, so that is the worst case scenario. If someone SIM swap your number and then they try to hack whatever that they can. Okay, so whatever SMS that they go through, they'll be going to the hacker rather than to you. That's called SIM swap as well. Okay, so what they do is that they also send those fake emails, right? Phishing emails. So all those fake links that they are actually sending. Okay, and so for those of you who do not know, when you click it, then that's where you get your account drained or probably wallet drained, right? So that's what usually happens when you click all those phishing links. So yeah, again, like I said, it's good to have a refresher. It's good to have a ledger wallet or hardware wallet, especially this year. Okay, so you don't want to lose all your life savings or whatever earnings from crypto if your net worth in crypto is huge. Okay, so yeah, this is my take here. Then moving on next. And then before that, for those of you who have any questions, feel free to put in the chat box and then can be able to discuss towards the technical side. So feel free to put in the chat box. All right, so moving on next to the on-chain analysis, right, coming in from CryptoCon. So yet again, we can see what really happened. So is this the end of the bull run? That's the most important thing that most people ask. Okay, because a lot of people feel capitulated, right? People probably lose money on trading, probably lost their life saving as well. We've seen a lot of retails are actually over leveraged and they lose everything. So here we can see for February, okay, February during the month of February, we have all those red years, which is the red candle or a breather or a correction. So we have already witnessed on January, okay, if you look at the last cycle as well, last 3 cycles, very, very similar, okay. February alone, you can see last cycle, which is the 1st February 2021, price also dipped down. 2017, okay, this was 30th January. When you look at February as well, 2017 also dipped down. 2013, very similar as well. So if we take from the last historical data, fast forward to this month, which is February 2025. I believe this most likely is going to be playing out very, very similar. Okay, and then most likely you're going to get the altcoin season that most people have been waiting for. Okay, so a long-waited or a much delayed out cycle, right? Most likely it could be happening very, very soon. Okay, maybe it could be middle or end of this month. Okay, if we follow this chart here. So you can see what happened after that. February went up all the way to March, and then we have the March first cycle top. That is the expectation here. So hopefully if the historical data playing out accordingly, then most likely we can able to be patient and wait for this thing to happen again. Okay, so this is nothing new. Okay, all right. So still inbound, cycle is well on track. All right, so nothing to worry as of now. So later on, we will provide more data to prove that the bull market is still on track. All right, then moving on here. Okay, so coming in from Crypto Amsterdam. So it's mentioning about the decoupling of altcoins versus Bitcoin. Why? Is because a lot of people have been mentioning about Pump.fun. So the moment when Pump.fun launched, it was the moment when the alt starts to decouple. That is what most people have been mentioning, or those crypto Twitter mentioning, that Pump.fun is the main cause of the downfall of altcoin season, or probably a delay here. Okay, so yeah, yet again, if you were to look here, okay, it was already in the middle of downtrend. Okay, when the Pump.fun was launched, it was already during the downtrend. And then to take note here, the downtrend happens every cycle. Okay, so happened that the Pump.fun launched on the same time. The timing was the same. Okay, so that's the reason why also it went down together. And then BTC bottoms, runs to old high, and prints its first leg to a new high again. Okay, all right. So this cycle was also down 75% at this exact stage. Okay, and it was also a stage of peak altcoin desperation, and people are calling no altcoin season. I think this is the same old, which is last cycle as well. Okay, a lot of people have been calling that no altcoin season. Okay, and then BTC dominance continued to rally up, keep going up, and there's no pullback. And then that's where you see the change will start to happen, most likely by mid-February or end of February. Okay, so you can see here, altcoin dominance only increased once Bitcoin begins its second leg up. So it needs Bitcoin to break new all-time high again. Okay, so it needs to break 108K before we see another rally again from the alts. All right, so this is the thing here, and then moving on next. Okay, so we talk about altcoin season. Okay, so comparing to all those cycles, 2021, 2017. Okay, so whenever it touches this critical support zone or the critical trend line here, critical support trend line, I think most likely it might continue to repeat again, and then to continue to wear in that form for the altcoin season. So with consensus leaning towards no alt season this cycle, history suggests this might be the perfect setup for one. Yeah, probably could be true. Okay, history may not rhyme, but sometimes it does maybe repeat. Okay, so you're gonna be prepared for your altcoin bets. What are the altcoins that you're actually holding? Okay, all right. Is it the high conviction play, or is it from the last cycle? So if it is from the last cycle, then maybe you need to restructure, because this cycle is going to might have a change. Okay, probably last cycle coins may not perform for this cycle. That is my only concern. So that's why you have to restructure. Very, very important for this out season. And then next, okay, for airdrop. Okay, so for those of you who have been doing airdrop, and then this is coming in from 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘁. So I think 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘁 is one of the most overrated, overhyped testnet project, having 134 million funding by VC. And then finally, they have already start to do this live checker on today itself, right? Checker on 5th February. And then the mainnet is tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, for those of you who have been doing the testnet, not sure whether SP or Nolila did for this type of testnet. Okay, so if you've been doing this, then maybe you might want to check your allocation, because I know I did not do. All right, because I know there are many more. Okay, there are a lot besides 𝗶𝗺𝗁𝘁. Okay, and then moving on next. Okay, for those of you who have been doing Dawn, so Dawn is quite similar to Grass and also NotePay. Okay, a DeepIn project, and they have already released their tokenomics. So if you are still continue to farm this, continue to do it. Okay, so you have total supply of 1 billion tokens. And then they have a node runner allocation about 25%, node runners. So you've been running on the node, then most likely you'll be getting this 25%, right? 25% share, okay, on this. So this is the airdrop allocation, 25%, okay? Access node, distribution node, and then border nodes. These are the three here, okay? Right? So you might want to continue to farm, okay? Then you might want to check maybe once a week on your this extension here, like this, okay? Because sometimes after 1 week, you need to log out again. You need to log in again. So you got to check every time for dawn, okay? So you just need to download the extension and then that's it. You can just let it set and forget, okay? So that is dawn. And then moving on next. So what's next here? Okay, so this is a new testnet maybe you might want to do. So this is called coming in from Naoris Protocol. They have a 14 million funding by VC. Okay, 12 million funding by VC here. Okay, so if you want to do, you can do. It's quite similar to Grass and NotePay. Okay, so again, similar. You want to download the extension. Okay, you want to download the extension. Okay, so we're going to send this extension. There are two extensions here. First is the wallet, and then secondly is the Naoris Protocol extension, which is some Grass extension or NotePay extension. Very similar, because you need to download two. You need to download the wallet extension first, and then this testnet in order for you to run. So I'm going to send it to the group now. You can download this. Yeah, so maybe you can do this as view. Okay, this is for the wallet, and then this one is for the running node, running extension here. Okay, so you're going to do this, the wallet. So where's 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀? So maybe it's time for you to do now. So create new wallet. Okay, you're going to create new wallet. And after that, what you need to enter a password. After enter password, then after that, you need to enter some code. Okay, so this is a code that you need to enter here. There is a code, invite code. So without the invite code, I don't think they allow you to access also. Okay, so this is a 12 million funding. Okay, worthwhile to do. This is a set and forget type. Okay, so run the free node and complete 𝗀𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀 quest. So you got to do 𝗀𝗧𝗶𝗀𝗀 quest as well. So they got two here. So maybe you might want to. Okay, I'm going to do this 𝗀𝗧𝗶𝗀𝗀 quest. Okay, let's send the answers here. So this is block 1, quiz 1, right? Please answer. Okay, block 2. Let's answer here. Okay. All right. So yeah, you got to do this, right? 𝗀𝗧𝗶𝗀𝗀 task, block 1, block 2. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all about it. After that, you're done. You just need to download these two, set up your wallet, Naoris wallet, start the testnet, and then you're good to go. Okay. Okay, so that is quite similar like Grass and NotePay. Okay, Grass and NotePay. Set and forget, very passive. I think this one, everyone could do it. Okay, you don't have to do much actually after your first installation. Right, so understand that 𝗶𝗺𝗀 and 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀. Are you ready? Or are you still sitting on the sideline? Okay, so make sure to download the app, download the wallet first, then only you start doing this. Okay, and then 𝗀𝗧𝗶𝗀 is, yeah, you might need to do, okay, to get the points and your participation as well. Okay, then what's next? Okay, coming in from the bull market peak indicator, very, very important. Okay, so is this the top? Has the bull market ended? Very, very important. Okay, you can see here, this is an indicator here that you can able to refer each and every time if there's anyone trying to spread FUD. Okay, this is how you can able to confirm whether or not are we at the peak. Okay, so this is a website here, coinglass.com. Okay, so in order for you to identify, there are actually 30 indicators to confirm whether or not the bull market have peaked. So at the moment, not even 1 out of 30 have hit or even triggered a bull market peak. So you're considered still safe, right? You can see all of this indicator. Okay, they can able to check. Okay, they have 30 indicator, which I believe is already more than enough for you to check. Okay, so let's say if it hits, okay, maybe half or probably more than half, then maybe you can see already this thing will start to shift. At the moment, not even one. So you know that we are still on track for a new top or new first cycle top as well. Okay, and then moving on next. Okay, you can see the crypto market cap currently is sitting somewhere around 3.25 trillion. BTC is still below 100K, 98.5. Ethereum again quite pearly, 2.8K. Ripple still holding very firm, 2.5. So any gainers for today? FTX now is like starting to come back, 12%. Official Trump 11.6, Dog.Fed 6.98. Hyperliquid yet again delivering 19%. So I'm not sure whether you guys still doing hyperliquid or holding any hyperliquid. I think this is considered one of the best performers, especially for this cycle as well. They will continue to outperform, okay, every other coins. Okay, and then moving on next to the technical side. So technical, we can see here dominance, what happened? Monday, what happened? Went all the way up, 64.38. It's like a blow off top for the dominance. So if you look on Monday itself, it is like coming back down. So this will be the support zone. Okay, for your dominance here, 60.25. Okay, and then your resistance here is still here, 63.1. Okay, so that's my take here. So at the moment now, you can see the dominance most likely to be coming down. Okay, let's look on to Ethereum against Bitcoin, very important as well. So ETH against Bitcoin now, you can see still weakening. So if we test this critical support zone, right, 0.02617. Break down and then now having a short-term pullback again. Okay, look at weekly, right, creating this bearish pin bar. So again, it is still considered bearish at the moment. Is this the bottom? That's the most important thing. And then probably retrace back all the way up here for the mid short term. Okay, because it's still downtrend for ETH against Bitcoin. Ethereum is still weakening. Okay, so we look on next to BTC. What is BTC doing now? Okay, so BTC, monthly time frame, higher highs, higher lows, still trending up. This is the last final resistance, 98.7, right? This is how much here? 102.2. 102.2. Support zone will be here, 93.5. Okay, this will be the support here, 71.7. Look at weekly time frame. Price data, momentum buy, consolidation. Still maintaining sideways on weekly, which is still good. Okay, your 93.5 is the critical support that needs to maintain. And then your middle band here, which is 87.4. Look at daily now. So daily is doing what? Okay, momentum sell, pull back for the entry sell. So far, it is still hovering at the critical support zone. So you have to be very careful there on this level here. Still hovering there. Because if it continues to break down, then 93.5 again will be retested. So it needs to quickly break up again. And then to retest back on the sell zone at 11.4 for BTC. Okay, for BTC. So far, any questions, any altcoins that you want me to look at? No, I'm going to go to my own list. So let me see here. Okay, so let's move on next to WLD. What's happening now with WorldCoin? Okay, so what's happening now? WorldCoin. All-time high, $12, right? 1.9 is on about 88% discount. This will be your critical support zone, 1.09. So 1.09 is the critical support. Now it's at 1.35. Okay, so if you haven't gotten your WorldCoin, maybe this is a time you might want to take advantage of the free WorldCoin thing. Now they're still having this promotion. Okay, so you might want to get it done. And this will be a support 1.73. Moving on to the daily time frame, you can see also the daily is doing what here. Daily again still downtrend, momentum sell, maybe short term might bring back the price to a sell zone here at 1.5. H4 itself also you can see still downtrend, momentum sell, pullback, still below the middle band. So maybe you might see a pushback, maybe to 1.5 first before we see another breather again for WorldCoin. Okay, so WorldCoin is already at the bottom. So maybe you might see another take up. All right, Tensor Tau, let's see. And Scott is still holding, isn't it? Scott. Tensor Tau. Yeah, also another AI play. Very nice. Also another big narrative here for Tensor. Support 272. So it went all the way down here. 242. Very nice setup actually. Okay, now this middle band will be the next level. 350. Okay, next resistance you might see somewhere around 482. Look at the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame also you can see price did a very setup, dump, now confirming back up here again for the minute short term. Okay. All right. So yeah, overall we can see the short term maybe coming back here to test at 488 for B10 town. Okay. So you might want, maybe if there's any chance of a pullback, you might see this level 324 again be as a support, come back down. So other than that, we can see maybe the market might consolidate here and then to give a pushback for daily at least to test on sell zone at 410, 410. Then what 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀? Sure whether this is the right one. It is 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀 by virtual. Is this meme coin or what? No, downtrend actually. Not much of data here, is it? Maxi. Oh, downtrend. All-time high is how much here? 15 cents. All the way down to, well, 95%. It's at 88%. So I'm not sure because probably this is new. It's about 1 month old. Okay, you can see here, price down, descending. So we can see like this, descending channel. So probably there can be a high chance of a break towards the upside. See here, descending channel. So let's see, it's trying to break past the descending channel. So probably might break up all the way to the middle band at 0.03070 for H4. Okay, price did a candlestick, momentum pullback, now it's trending higher. Okay, so now the trend is uptrend now. And then what happened? Let's see what happens with Thorchain Room. I think a big issue here for Thorchain now. Okay, so Thorchain, I think went insolvent. And where is Scott? Are you still holding or not? Yes. So another reminder here for those of you who have been holding Thorchain Room, okay, especially for last 2 years, I think 2023. So maybe if you have already been, you're already up, or if your position is above this level, maybe you might want to close profit or probably take off. Or if you are still on this trade, maybe you might want to close trade, right? Even at a loss. Because I think this protocol, I think, is about to collapse. I'm not sure. A lot of FUD lately. Okay. So you can see they're not able to recover and then they suspend withdrawal as well on the chain. Okay. So weekly momentum sell. Okay. Bearish setup. This will be a short-term back 3.39. If there's any chance of a reversal back. And then look at daily now. So daily on Thorchain Room, what happened? Momentum so still weakening. So I have already taken out my profit. I think last year alone, Q1 last year. Then I just let it ride. So now you can see most likely I'll be taking the chips off the table for Thorchain Room. Okay, and then might want to consider to probably move to hyperliquid if possible. Okay, so you can see it is very, very bearish. Okay, so that's the thing about crypto. If you do not monitor your position, if you just ride it all the way up and then now it's back down here like this. So now what to expect now? Correct. So this is the thing that you have to really take note. You have to really monitor your portfolio. You cannot expect someone to monitor for you. All right. You don't expect me to tell you what to do, this and that. You got to check also what's happening. So moment of decision for Thorchain Room, you're going to cut. Okay. Whether you're in position or not, I think most likely you're gonna cut. You cannot marry your backs. You cannot have an emotional what does it call? You cannot be emotional when you holding this type of backs, right? Even at a loss. So when you time to cut, you cut. So you look on hyperliquid, right? So compared to Rune, so you can see hyperliquid. I think this is going to be one of the biggest play right now. You can see is been quite forming. Okay, this was the support. I think besides hyperliquid, Mantra also did perform very, very well. Okay, since the dump immediately ready. So 8.5 will be the next one. And then look here, look at daily now, momentum, pullback, and this is the level where you need to be very cautious if you're planning to buy. So the resistance final boss is 27.23. So it needs to break above, closing above, then most likely the next will be here. Okay, for hyperliquid. So hyperliquid is a derivatives trading platform. Okay. All right. So I think a lot of people have been profiting from this from Airdrop alone. All right. From the Airdrop alone, they've been